Okay. We're going to call the Star City Council meeting to order. It's July 21st, 2027 p.m. at the Star City Hall. I'd like to welcome everybody here. It's nice to see faces actually here. So we're going to stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Hershey.
Here.
Councilman Keys.
Here.
Councilman Nielsen.
Here.
Councilwoman Solmonson.
Here.
Okay, I'm entertaining a motion to approve the agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Keys.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, that motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Keys.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda consisting of items 4A, bills for June 2020, and 4B, ADA proclamation.
Go ahead. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. We're going to have a presentation from the Ada County prosecutors. So let's, yeah, we'll have you go right here.
Might have to hit the little button on the side of the mic. No, right here on the side of the microphone.
Or you could. There you go. Just, we could turn this microphone toward them, you can speak loudly on that. Okay.
Well, my name is Robbie Lazard. I'm a deputy prosecutor here in County. Dan Benz, who is prosecutor in County. I supervise the magistrate division in our office. That's the division responsible for prosecuting all of the misdemeanor and infraction cases here in the city of Star. I thank you for the opportunity to be here to speak, Mr. Mayor, and members of the council. And I'm also grateful for the opportunity to represent the city of Star prosecution services, and our unit does a lot of work for the city, and we're proud of that work that we do. I'd first like to speak to the request for the upcoming fiscal year. We have a letter and a contract that will be coming here in the next few weeks. For the coming fiscal year, the prosecutor's office request for cost of prosecution has not changed from last year. We're staying constant. It's a $30,000 amount for the cost of prosecution for the city of Star. Under that contract, the Ada County Prosecutor's Office handles misdemeanor and infraction cases from screening and charging all the way to dependency of the case. That includes work on contempt or probation violations, anything that happens even after the case has been sentenced. This does not include felony work that we also do here, which we do by statute. These services include a team of prosecutors, legal assistants, business coordinators, restitution coordinators, investigators. Last fiscal year, we filed approximately 100 cases, new cases for the city of Star. That does not reflect all probation violations and contempts that we filed or worked on cases that have already been disposed of in previous years. I'd like to speak just really briefly and certainly open myself up to questions. But I'd like to speak to one of the specific benefits of our office that has become even more meaningful this past year. As part of the contract, we offer on-call services, prosecutor on-call services. We have a prosecutor day or night who's available to law enforcement officers here in Star. This has become increasingly important in the wake of the Supreme Court decision in Idaho State v. Clark, where the Supreme Court essentially decided that law enforcement officers must obtain an arrest warrant to conduct an arrest on any misdemeanor that occurred outside of their presence. That happens most often in DUI cases where there's a crash, or I guess more meaningfully and importantly, in domestic violence cases. Before that, there was a statute that allowed officers to effectuate an arrest. They cannot do that without an arrest warrant. So day or night, we have a prosecutor who's available to take a call to help the officer walk through that process of getting the arrest warrant. That way we can get an arrest in a domestic violence case or in that DUI case. Certainly an important step in de-escalating violent situations or in holding people accountable for those DUI crashes that will happen in the presence of an officer. But I thank you for the time this evening. That's really all I had. Just want to give you a brief update. I'm certainly available to any questions that Mr. Mayor or members of the city council have.
Any members of the council have any questions? I just real quick, have you guys seen an uptick in domestic violence issues with the COVID and with people staying home and the issues that everybody are going through?
No, I think we'll be able to see that more meaningfully through the coming months because we're still in the middle of it. A lot of the case filings due to COVID have actually been down. We're in a backlog essentially of cases where court is allowing us to send out summons or send out warrants. We can in some cases, and in a lot of cases we are, but there still is a significant backlog. So I think that we'll be able to see that here soon. It's hard to speak to specific upticks in certain rates until many months after they happen.
Right.
But we are monitoring.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Jennifer, can you hear us? Maybe not? Okay, there you are. Do you have anything for him?
I do not, thank you.
All right. Appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, heck yeah. Thank you. All right, we're going to go on to items 6. A, B, C, and D. These public hearings are going to be tabled until next Tuesday. The reason we tabled them is because we had some uncertain situation happen last week when we had to shut down City Hall due to potential COVID issues here, and the results came back negative. So just out of abundance of caution, we pushed it out anyway, just to be safe. So,
Mr. Mayor,
yes, sir.
Do we need to open those first, or can I just table them?
No, we can just table them. You can do. I talked to Attorney do all 4 at once. Yeah.
I propose that we table the Sampler property, the Whitner property, Les Schwab, and Seneca Springs, otherwise items 6A, B, C, and D, to July 28th, 2020, next Tuesday.
Got a motion? We got a second?
If that was a motion.
Was that a motion, or you said proposed?
It's a proposition, not a motion.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, it's a motion.
Making a motion. Okay, we got a motion. Do we have a second? Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
The delays are awesome. Okay, that motion carries. Those items will be tabled until July 28th at 7 p.m.
On to item 4E, ordinance 310, amending the Unified Development Code. We already had these hearings this year. On this is just putting in
our ordinance to adopt
those items.
All right, Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Hershey.
I make a motion to dispense the rules. I move that pursuant to Idaho Code Section 50902, the rule requiring an ordinance be read on 3 different days with 1 reading be in full be dispensed with, and that ordinance number 310, amended Unified Development Code, be considered after reading once by title only.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Anything, Jennifer?
no.
Okay, this is roll call vote.
Councilman Hershey,
Aye.
Councilman Keys,
Aye.
Councilman Nielsen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Solomon,
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Ordinance 310 amended Unified Development Code passes. We're on to item 4.
Nope, I just dispensed.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
we
we
suspended the rules. I apologize.
Now
Now
I
I
entertain a
entertain a
motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman
Keys.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance 310 amended Unified Development Code.
Second that.
Okay, we got a
Okay, we got
motion, a second. Any further discussion? Okay, all in
Okay, all in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
All right, that motion carries.
We
We
approved ordinance 310 amended Unified Development. On to item 6F, resolution 20-04 declaring the Star a Second Amendment sanctuary city. Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Keys.
before I make a motion, I'd just like to say that I was inspired to draft this resolution because of recent current events in our country. But long before that happened, I think there's been a general support for Second Amendment rights within the city of Star, even before we were incorporated as a city. And I had conversations with other counselors a year or more ago about doing exactly an ordinance like this, or excuse me, a resolution like this. But I think with what we see going on now, with what we saw happen last week within our city, that the city taking a position to, number one, establish people's right to self-defense. And also there are words in that resolution declaring support for our police. I think it's more timely now than ever. So having said that, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt resolution 20-04 declaring Star a Second Amendment sanctuary city.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second.
I second that.
Okay,
Any further discussion? Jennifer, anything? Just want to make sure we get everybody. Okay,
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
all right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Adopting resolution 20-04 declaring Star a Second Amendment sanctuary city.
I
I
think
think
that's
that's an important item here in our country as well,
as we move forward.
standing up for our Constitution.
Item 6G, bid documents for 960 South Main. Oh,
Sorry, let me get down to that.
You
It says page 221.
221.
I do have Ryan Morgan here from Keller, if you guys have some questions or whatnot from him. We have three items there that were in the packet there for that. One's the plans that we have for the Star Community Building remodel down there at 960 Main. The other is the advertisement for bid, which the plan is to have this, if you approve this tonight, the documents will have this published on Thursday and again on July 30th, the following Thursday. And then the bid date would be on August 6th, at 11 o'clock here at Star City Hall. We also have the contract for Keller Associates to administer and have all these design drawings and stuff done with an architect, ALC Architecture, who they selected. And I don't know if you guys had electrical, your own electrical and structural folks within. You can come up here and talk there, Ryan, if you like. You may have to, since you got a mask on, you want to just stand right there and talk?
That works for me.
Okay.
So we have our own in-house electrical, our own in-house structural. We are using a mechanical plumbing design firm that ALC often teams with. So their fees are all included in this. This includes we also have our own surveyors, which is important because this property is located in the special flood hazard area. So there are certain requirements that need to be accounted for as we remodel and update this building. So that includes all of those elevation certificates and all the applications and everything to keep the city in line with FEMA. And it includes construction administration through the close of the project.
And it's on this building, you guys, I think we've all seen this, but we, at the 960 Main, we're basically opening up the inside, creating 3 rooms, using some operable walls to divide it, have 3 new bathrooms in there. Updating the kitchen area to be ADA compliant, and then expanding the deck and putting a new deck on the outside with the trellis and putting a gravel parking lot up there in the front for, I think, 60 spaces, I think,
There
right?
is enough room for 60 spaces.
For
The
60
spaces.
The spaces will not be marked because it will be gravel, but there will be adequate parking for more than 60 cars.
Correct. And we'll have some ADA parking built up there by the building as well.
Correct, 3 of them.
So,
Guys, any questions of Mr. Ryan Morgan or myself?
No, I remember walking through and seeing the outreach we did with the chamber. I think this is always a very good idea. So I'm looking forward to this moving forward.
I'm excited for this project myself. I think it's going to be a benefit to the city and with the park with the ponds and just tying all this together as one big amenity for the citizens of the city of Star to be able to utilize, I think it'd be fantastic. And park impact fee money is paying for this remodel. So this isn't citizens tax dollars paying for this. It's all park impact fee money that's paying for this remodel.
And the nice thing is it's all money that's already sitting there.
Yeah.
There's loans, there's no grants.
Nope.
It's already money that's been set aside. So, my personal opinion is this is a great asset for the city of Star. The location is ideal. We talked about the park next door, ponds that are on the other side, and the proximity to the river. Just could be a wonderful asset for the city.
And I welcome anybody in this, any citizen who wants to look at the bid documents. I mean, we have them here at the city to look at the plans and whatnot, to look at them. So
They're all available. So any other questions or discussion?
Jennifer, do you have any questions or anything?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
So I am concerned about the time frame. It looks like the deadline for submittal are 5 business days after the meeting period, or I guess when that pre-bid conferences. Is that enough time? I am not in that world, obviously, I don't know. But I just want to make sure that gives possible contractors enough time to put together a good bid for it.
Yeah, so that's pretty standard in the industry, is 2 weeks for a bid.
Yeah,
On a project?
She said 5 business days. There's actually 10 business days.
Yeah.
We'll run this Thursday in 2 days, and then it runs again next week, and then the bids are due the following week. So there's actually 2 full weeks in there. So it's actually 10 business days, which is the minimum requirement by the state.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Did that answer your question?
That was
on
all.
that?
Yes, it did. And yeah, that was my only concern, but thank you.
And we're doing,
Looks like we're good.
okay, we're going to do 3 add alternates on this to see where our budget comes in and
Get these things that we can get done down there as well.
One is painting the detached garage over there that Kim
utilizes.
through this project, adding a 500-gallon underground tank for gas. Right now, it's a tank that's above ground,
15 gallons.
15 gallons, right? But it's just for gas there, right? For the stove. And then add alternate 3 is new kitchen.
Millwork if it becomes an issue with the current millwork there. So,
And then Mayor, based on our meeting yesterday, we added alternate 4, which is running electrical conduit.
Oh, yeah.
Potential illuminated.
monument sign.
Okay.
Actually, Mayor, I do have one more question
Okay.
or comment. Regarding the gravel parking lot, is it possible to include in the bid the option of paving that parking lot? What the difference is?
Ryan?
Just for my, you look at the river road right now, this is gravel parking lot, and, I have a couple kids with the stroller, my grandparents, I mean, we want to make sure that it's accessible and easily accessible, walkable by senior citizens and, ADA compliant. So I am a little concerned with the gravel parking lot, if there's a way that you can separate it to the, like a paved parking lot.
So,
We can add an alternate. I'm finalizing my drawings tonight. Get that done, get that in. I will tell you that that's likely to add $70,000 to $80,000 to the project, paving this.
paving that, just so you're aware, it's going to be an expensive expense right now for that, but it may be, it's something we definitely can look at, and you guys can make a decision if that's
the way you want to go.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
are there any issues with paving that because we're in the floodway?
No. You're in the floodplain. There's a difference between the floodway and the floodplain. The back properties in the floodway, that might cause some problems, but in the floodplain, you're allowed to pave. You can do, there will be no impact based on the special flood hazard zone that property will be.
Thank you.
Okay, good suggestion, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
No.
Okay, so I entertain a motion to approve the bid documents and the contract as provided.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman
Councilman
Keyes,
Keyes,
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the bid documents and the contract for 960 South Main with the addition of an option to pave the parking lot.
and that'd be at alternate number 5. Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Jennifer?
No.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I.
Okay, that motion carries. The bid documents for 960 Main
Have been approved with the addition
of add alternate number 5 for a paved parking lot.
All
All right, we're on to reports. Chief.
Mayor, Council, Jake Boat, Chief of Police here in Star. I just got a couple things that I wanted to touch on and mention. First of all, I want to give you a real world example of something that the prosecutor mentioned as far as the on-call prosecutor and the need for an arrest warrant for certain misdemeanor crimes now. They mainly deal, like the prosecutor said, with misdemeanor domestic violence and misdemeanor driving under the influence. Just to give a real world example of how that works and how they support us. About 3 weeks ago, we had a misdemeanor domestic violence in the parking lot at Weimar. Pretty violent. Before we were able to get there, they got in a vehicle and left westbound into Canyon County. We contacted Middleton. Middleton was on the spot. They located our vehicle, detained our 2 people, and we were able to get medical treatment to the injured person. Because that was a misdemeanor not committed in the presence of the officer. So what we ultimately did is we contacted the on-call prosecutor who assisted with a telephonic arrest warrant. So the STAR deputy could physically make that arrest in Canyon County and transport that person to the Canyon County Jail to get that person in. Why that's important is if we did not have that ability, because again, it was after 5 years, so they're normal folks are home. If we do not have that ability, the only other way, if you can't make a physical arrest, then we have to issue a citation. If you make a physical arrest on a domestic violence, the person, the victim is now safe for a period of time because the person's in jail. But also when they get booked into jail, a condition of their bond and release is a no contact order. So it says if they violate that, they can then go to jail again. If we are not able to make a physical arrest, we have to issue a citation and give that person court dates just like you did it with a speeding ticket. So in that case, the person doesn't go to jail, that victim's not safe that night, and there isn't a no contact order immediately issued. So because of our relationship and the contract with the prosecutors, they were able to assist us and make that person safe for that night and carry on. So I just want to kind of give a real world example of why that's important and how we use that to try and make the folks as safe as possible. Any questions on that, Councilman?
Jennifer, any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Second of all, I just want to touch on, quickly, my officers and I and the rest of the police force in the area appreciates the support from the mayor and council and also many citizens out of Star. Our officers do see the signs, they do see the words of support, and in all times, especially now, that does mean a lot. And so I just want to publicly thank the council, mayor, and also the citizens of Star and beyond. I realize that the relationship that we have with the citizens is something that we can lose if we don't do our job properly, safely, and do what we need to do. So just because we have it, the support now, I realize that we need to continue with that, so we continue that support. So it's something that we value and we will continue to do that. So thank you.
Third of all, I want to talk about the Riverwalk. As you all know, lately there's been a lot of trash issues and a lot of other shenanigans. That's an official law enforcement. Shenanigans going on at the Riverwalk. We've increased our patrols there. We also have a special problems team with the sheriff's office who are also assisting us with that. And my goal is for the people that want to come and recreate and be peaceful and enjoy it with their families, that they are able to do that. The people that wish to come there and cause problems and make, parents don't feel comfortable with their kids, they leave with their kids. I want those folks to go elsewhere. So we're going to be working on that. That's kind of an ongoing project. And also with the trash, I'm going to work with our sheriff's inmate labor detail, the folks that pick up trash on the side of the road, to help with that cleanup also. I know that there's many fine citizens at the Star that have gone down there on their own and collected bags of trash, but they shouldn't have to do that. They should be there to recreate and enjoy. It's good that they do that, but I don't want them to have to do that. So we'll be working with SEAL. Hopefully in the next 4 or 5 days, we'll be able to get them there. Obviously with COVID, they've reduced some of their stuff, but they'll be able to help us out. So I'll get that just as quick as I can. I just wanted to update because I know there's been a lot of communication.
So I was talking to Bob, we're going to put more trash cans out there too, just to try hopefully alleviate some of those issues with that. So.
Any questions for Mayor and Council on that?
Jennifer? Sorry, just want to make sure she's included here.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Mayor.
Sounds like it.
Deputies, thanks for what you do.
That is all I have, Mayor and Council.
Hey,
Any other questions?
Are you able to give us an update on the officer from Eagle? And
I talked some of it, yes.
Okay.
He continues to feel at home. The wounds were pretty serious. But he is doing it at home. The doctors have a pretty good, prognosis of, what they do and how they're able to assess, potential for recovery, et cetera. They feel pretty good about that. Obviously, the case is ongoing with the person allegedly did it, and that will be handled in the courts. But things are looking good for him.
so anything the city of Star can do to help them, let us know, because there's plenty of us here that would be willing to help.
And it's been amazing. Prior to that terrible incident, the support was amazing in town. And then it just tenfold, once that happened. We have had a lot of citizens, coming to me, from the Eagle Chief, we want to donate, we want to help. And we're just not equipped to really take that. We can't take money from citizens. It just doesn't look good. So we've set up with our employee association, which is a nonprofit that can accept that, or also FOP, kind of a larger employee association, also can assist with that. And so we've been directing, people who wish to donate to those two funds, and it goes to the benevolent fund, both with the employee association and the Fraternal Order of Police. And what that fund does is support injured officers and families in that first critical time when they don't need to be worrying about finances, they don't need to be worrying about meals and lodging and all that stuff. This benevolent fund can assist with that. And so that's where we've been steering people, towards. And again, the support has been amazing, and we just really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Hey, Councilman.
So you mentioned the Fraternal Order of Police, and that just sparked a memory in my mind that I think we intended to put some funding in for our chief to become part of the Sheriff's Association in the state of Idaho. I think it's the Idaho Sheriff's Association.
There is an association that has that.
And I don't recall seeing that in the budget, so let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Make sure we get that in.
All right. Thank you, sir. Hey, Councilman Hershey.
All my committees have pushed off for months because of the changes, so still doing the outreach every Thursday, and also there's the Saturday market to do a tournament, a cornhole tournament, that all benefits go to the Star Outreach. So stop by on Saturday at Lake Park and support that if you can. That'd be great. That's it. Everyone else is just pushed off.
Okay. Councilman Keys.
Mr. Mayor, Transportation Committee's been active. Want one of our members did attend the first Capital Improvement Systems Advisory Committee meeting that STAR's ever attended. So that was good news. Obviously, we're eagerly waiting to get the results from the traffic impact study along State Street. And other than that, I just got back from vacation, so I hand rested ready just like Nixon in 72.
I didn't serve him so well. Councilwoman Samuelson?
Yes, thank you. So I we did report last month, so I've attended to the air quality board meetings. Everything there is getting back to normal with emissions testing. There may be one overnight if you need to go get your car tested. So please be patient, due to, just a backlog for a month or so. And then station owners, they are doing like health precautions and aerators. They are allowing vehicle owners out of the car, which is a new thing, and to protect, both the students, staff, and the vehicle owners. So that's a new thing. Let's see, the Pathways and Beautification Committee, they meet last month in June. We're talking about possibly developing a design element guideline plan, and that would include, some like artwork, some goals and policies, and whatever comes out of that plan, if they decide to pursue that, it'll come in front of council for consideration, for adoption. Let's see, and then I also participated in 2 training webinars hosted by the Idaho Association of Counties. It was specifically on planning and zoning. And there's one more, and I found this really beneficial for me just as a new council person, helping me better understand the procedures and legal requirements with regards to looking at decisions that we're making. Let's see. Oh, and Mayor, thank you, the city of Sparta for City Hall for hosting the Chamber of Commerce Business After Hours. July 9th. I think that it was down at 919 South Main, and shares the vision of that project with the business community. So thank you for hosting that. And last but not least, Councilman Hershey, he was out of town for his, I think he volunteers at South Outreach Weekly, and he was at a conference for him. We're handing out. So I did that, and first time I've done it, it was very rewarding, and encourage anyone to, get out there and volunteer. If you're looking for some ideas on how to volunteer, please let me know. Maybe I can help. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Nielsen?
I just want everybody to know that Councilwoman Salmonson's report made us all look bad. So, and I'll preempt that with mine because I don't have much of a report. My committees are not really functioning during this time as well. But I do want to take a couple moments and just talk about the resolution that we made here tonight, declaring Star a Second Amendment sanctuary city. And I think that resolution doesn't really it doesn't do much by way of changing anything that the city necessarily does. There is one line in there that talks about the city not funding anything that's unconstitutional or enforcing any unconstitutional laws that make it passed elsewhere. I think that's important. And I had some conversations with some of the folks on the council prior to this about that fact, and that I really would have rather seen us do a constitutional sanctuary city, just recognize the entire Constitution, because I don't see one right being more important than another. But I do think it is important to recognize the reason I support this amendment is because we do live at a time where, for reasons beyond necessary to discuss here, that particular amendment is singled out on a pretty handy basis. And the First Amendment is often used to support the disagreement with the Second Amendment, which I think is a really interesting dichotomy. So for me, this really signals that the government of the city of Star, and for myself especially, the proper role of government is to protect the rights of the citizens. And so for me, this resolution really just speaks loudly about our intent is to protect the rights of the citizens here in the city of Star, to the best of our ability, and to the extent that local government is able to do that. And I take a lot of pride in the oath of office that I swore when I accepted this office, which was to support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Idaho. So it's important that we have people like our mayor and this council that are willing to take a stand, even one that may not be popular out there. I think it's a leadership quality that I appreciate about my colleagues up here, and it's something that I think is important for us to do. For that reason, I accept that I support this amendment, and I'm proud of the work that they did here.
Thank you. All right. I just want to thank everybody that participated and attended the 4th of July celebration. I think it turned out pretty well considering the situation and that we were dealing with. I just want to remind everybody on August 4th is our budget hearing for the 2020-2021 budget year. So I encourage everybody to attend if you can. We're limited to 50. We're only going to be able to have 50 people in here. But we'll have it online as well. Also, we applied for a federal grant to put fiber down at 100th Street and down at 960 Main to allow, if we do get into a situation where we've had quite a bit of discussion, about our internet access in some of our city, and some of it's poor, and some of these students and children have issues with attending school online and remotely because of that. And so this grant provides us with the opportunity of finding locations at these parks so they can sign on online and participate. I also wanted to say, I'm very, again, I support the United States Constitution. I carry around an actual little book, Constitution, pocketbook with me all the time. And the Second Amendment is near and dear to my heart. It's very important in these times and in this world that we live in, that we do take a stand and plant that flag, in my opinion, on our support for that Constitution, our citizens, and our police and our communities. And so for that, I'm proud that we did that today, and I'll back that up all day long. We do have several businesses that will be coming in the Star. You can see some of them on our hearings next week. We have others that are still looking to come in here, which is great considering the economy that we're in, the things that are happening, and they're very interested in Star. We do have, as Councilman Keys mentioned, we're waiting for our first report from our traffic impact study from Highway 16 to Torres, Seneca Springs. And that will determine if we can get some lights down there, which will open up some more commercial opportunities on that side of town, which would be awesome. I have been working with the mayors of Eagle and the mayors of Middleton to adjust our impact area of impact for the city of Star. We've been kind of boxed in, and we get in trouble with some of the county stuff when they don't apply the city rules because we don't have an impact area agreement. And those are going quite well. So we're our impact area will expand into Canyon County. Right now it's currently at Canyon Road, and we're already past that, right? And so we're working to go down further. On the Eagle side, Mayor Pierce and I have had some great conversations about adjusting that line over there as well. So hopefully we'll start seeing some stuff happen here pretty shortly on that. And one other thing, the sub-area plan south of the river, I failed to get that on tonight's meeting. That's my fault. I'll just publicly say that. That was.
I apologize for that. But we'll get it on next week's meeting to get that approved. Councilman Keats helped write up the RFP for that. So we can get that on. Get that going because we budgeted for that this year. Any questions of me? None? All right, cool.
With that said, I declare this meeting adjourned.
Thank you.